Why you can't build a relationship? I want to discuss with you two really common scenarios that I have noticed by being a matchmaker and by introducing our clients. For example, this very autumn we have introduced two gentlemen, both in their early 40s, both from United States, but they date different type of women because of course they have different preferences regarding appearance of ladies, and the two of them also have very different looks, so different ladies find them attractive. And also one of the gentlemen is divorced with kids, and the other gentleman has never been married and he doesn't have children. But both of the gentlemen fall for the same mistakes, and I hope after sharing their stories you will try to avoid falling for the same mistake. So let's jump into discussing this mistake. When we introduce a man to a lady, there is always a chance that, well, they will fall in love, they will like each other, of course not right on the first date, but the interest will be mutual and our work would be done and everybody is happier. Unfortunately, this is life and it doesn't happen like this all the time. There is the second scenario that, well, people will like each other on the first date, but unfortunately after getting to know each other, one of the sides will lose interest or both of the sides will lose interest. And the least common scenario when people go out on a date and they both don't like each other. I'm talking right now about introductions made through the matchmaker. So what has happened to these two gentlemen? We introduce one of them to a lady, different ladies of course, and for example the lady shows interest, and she shows like genuine interest in a sense that she makes herself available. She had the time to meet him over the weekend, for example, to have Zoom calls if they are located in different cities or different countries. She texts him first and she makes it obvious that I actually am interested in getting to know you better. It doesn't mean that she wants to marry him after having just 2 or 3 dates, but during the dates, her attention is focused purely on a gentleman, and she really tries to make a good impression. She tries to be liked by him. So all the green flags. And one can tell that, wow, there is a woman who matches his criteria, because we only introduce our clients to ladies who match their criteria. For example, she is family-oriented, she is highly educated, she is from the exact age group, she speaks English, she doesn't want to have more children, the exact height, for example, that she is below or above certain heights, etc., etc. But as soon as a man notices all these green flags, which means that she is interested, she matches all the criteria, you can proceed dating her, a man seems to lose all the interest. So what happens here? Well, pretty often a man really doesn't want to have a relationship, and of course when he feels that a lady actually wants to date him, like seriously wants to date him, she is a dating material and she can choose him to be her boyfriend material, and if you pursue dating her, most likely you will build a relationship. And deep down he knows that he doesn't want a relationship. Why? Well, because he's afraid of a commitment. He doesn't want another commitment. He is freshly out of a divorce and he's afraid to make another mistake. He's afraid that his life will change dramatically, because, well, a relationship will actually bring changes to our life, because when you are single you have lots of time on your hands, free time, and you can invest it into work, you can invest it into hobbies, you can invest it into casual dating. But when you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you will have to invest time into this relationship, and sometimes it feels like, oh, I don't want to go out with my girlfriend, I'm so tired. But, well, deep down you understand that this relationship is really important for me and this date is really important for my girl, so I should go out with her because I want this relationship to blossom into something lasting, serious and healthy. So when there is a woman who is actually serious, interested, who shares his values and long-term goals that he has actually named out loud to a matchmaker, he starts looking for faults, that she is not the right for me, I don't feel attraction, I don't feel this or that. He tries to sabotage this acquaintance, and in the end he would tell that, oh, you know, it didn't mean to be, because, for example, he didn't answer her texts and communication was slowly dying off, and of course the lady felt that he is not that interested, and her level of interest has started to reduce as well. Or another scenario, a man goes out with a lady on a date and she kind of likes him. Well, it was an okay date, but she still believes that she can meet someone better, and usually this is the reason why we dismiss dates, because we think that we can do better, and I don't want to settle for him or for her because I feel that I'm entitled to date only a Prince Charming or a young copy of Angelina Jolie. So the lady starts giving mixed signals. For example, today she wants to date him, she wants to go out with him, but tomorrow she changes her mind. She plays this hot and cold, like, well, I want to meet you, but something came up, so let's reschedule. She starts rescheduling, she's always busier. Then when you feel like, well, it's time to give up because she's obviously not interested, she will throw you a bone in a sense that she will go out with you, or you will have a really lasting, deep conversation on Zoom, and you will feel that no, it's too soon to give it up. And men start getting addicted to it. For example, she tries to add more drama, in the sense that I like you, I don't like you, and again, you don't know where she stands. But deep down, you feel it that she is not a long-lasting thing, because, well, all these games, all this drama, this inconsistent communication, it's not a good base for a solid relationship. And you kind of jump this train because you understand that it's not going to lead to a relationship, so it's going to be a safe trip, and I'm going to like play along and date her because deep down you understand that it is not lasting, it is not meaningful. So what has happened to two of our clients? Well, we have introduced him to nice ladies, and in the case of the first gentleman, the very first lady he went out with, she has showed like real interest, and he dated her for like maybe a month, and since has started progressing to something more serious, in a sense that she wanted to get to know him better. She wanted to push this relationship to next level. I'm not talking right now about engagement and marriage, because after a month she didn't want to marry him, of course, but she wanted to spend more time together. She wanted this relationship to grow, and a man has started to push back. He said that, oh, I'm not sure, like she was just the first introduction, maybe I will meet someone better, it's not smart to invest everything into her, like my heart, my time. I should continue dating other women. We introduced him to another woman and she shows less interest. Like after the first date she said that, well, it was okay, but I'm not sure. She went out with him on the second date and she said that, I'm not sure I'm that interested, but he's texting me, I will see. And she has continued to talk to him, not very consistently, for a couple of weeks, and then this communication has died off. Again, we have introduced him to another lady, and she has showed interest at first, but after a couple of weeks she said that I don't feel a strong connection, and I think that I should date someone younger. I'm not sure that I feel attracted to his age, to his hairs. So pretty much she didn't like his looks in person. So after seeing his photos, she had one picture in her head after meeting him in person. Unfortunately, she didn't feel that attracted, but the man claimed that this woman was a better candidate than the first lady. We have introduced him to the next lady, and again, the lady has showed interest just like in the first case. So she had the time to talk to him, she made the time to meet him. She has initiated communication sometimes. For example, she has texted him first. And the more she did it, the more green flags she has showed him, in a sense that I am available, I want to get to know you better, and if you date me, probably there will be a relationship. The more he lost his interest. And our second client was acting exactly the same way, but in his case, the first lady hasn't showed the same level of interest as he did, but the second lady has showed interest, and again, the more interest she showed, the less he tried, and he has started looking for pearls, like, you know what, I'm not sure with this profession she will do well in my city. You know what, I still believe that I should date someone who has never been married, but you are divorced yourself. Well, yes, but I would prefer to date someone who is never married. Then again, we do another introduction, and here the lady is also divorced and works in the same field as the first lady, but she doesn't show the level of interest the man shows. And the less interest she shows, the more he tries, because probably deep down he feels it, that he can't build a real relationship with her, so she doesn't consider him as a husband material. So it is safe to actually date her because it won't bring to a relationship. You can tell me right now that sometimes men just are not very good at reading signals, so they can't read all the green flags or all the red flags. But guys, the normal reaction is to actually like people who like us. When we meet someone friendly, someone who smiles to us, someone who is polite to us, of course it is natural to think that I like this person better than someone who is not very friendly or who is not very attentive or who dismisses us. This is a natural reaction. And sometimes when people start dating, they forget that it is actually important to look for people who show genuine, serious interest in us. Of course, there will be women, probably many women, who would be okay and who would be willing to go out with you on a date. But there is a huge difference between willingness to go out on a single date, maybe a couple of dates, and desire to actually get to know you better because they consider you long term. They think that you could be a boyfriend material, a husband material. And the number of such women, it won't be high because people come with their own expectations, backgrounds and preferences, and for a date to be successful, for a match to be successful, you have to share the same values, the same long-term goals, have some similar interests. You have to like each other in the sense that you find the looks of each other attractive, you find the voice of each other attractive, you have things in common, and at the same time you have arrived on this date in a good mood, positive mood. So time and place and the person in front of you, everything is a good match. So sometimes when people go out on dates and they claim that I can't find someone to build a relationship with, the reason they can't do it is that deep down they don't want a relationship. So every time they meet a woman who can actually be a good match, who has showed genuine interest and who is ready to work on this acquaintance to bring it to a relationship, is interested in you, well, very often people sabotage such acquaintances because deep down they know that I'm not ready for a commitment. I don't want it right now. I don't want my life to change. I don't want to have a girlfriend. I don't want commitments. I don't want marriage. I don't want any changes. But on the surface, they claim that I want a relationship. I just can't find the right person. So I end up meeting women and they all are not serious. See, they all dismiss me after a couple of weeks. Guys, I hope it was useful and I hope you won't fall for the same mistake. Right now is the moment to press like, to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done it yet. If you like the content that we produce, I strongly encourage you to support us by becoming a sponsor, and also you will get access to additional videos that we have filmed specially for our sponsors. My name is Svetlana Mucha. I'm the founder and the leading matchmaker at Diolli.com matchmaking service, and we are filming this one for you in Germany, Munich.